late June 2017, 20 students and academics from La Trobe University travelled to the Republic of Korea to spend 2 weeks researching environmental and sustainability initiatives. Basing ourselves in Seoul, we discovered a city of history and tradition, blended with modern development, culture and art. Korea is mostly hilly and mountainous, and 2/3 are covered in forest. Because of this, land is a premium, and the country's 50 million people densely populate the lowland areas. Over the 2 weeks, we visited universities, organic farms, and grassroots activists, often challenging in the intense summer heat. The first engagement to discuss was Hanselim, an organisation that operates as the distributor and market linking organic farmers and consumers. Since its establishment in 1986, it has grown to 540,000 member households and 2,200 producers, turning over $362 million. We toured the distribution centre and heard how this initiative aims to support local farmers produce organic food from saved seeds to be packaged, marketed and distributed within Korea. This has helped reduce greenhouse gases and waste through recycled packaging and decreased food miles. In the evenings we wound down with a meal in a market or restaurant, eating delicious local food that was sometimes a bit challenging. A trip to the demilitarised zone is a stark reminder of the peninsula's recent history and its geopolitical significance. With the defeat of Japan at the end of the Second World War, Korea was divided at the 38th parallel to be administered in the north by the Soviet Union and the south by the United States. War broke out when both sides sought to control the whole peninsula, ending as it began, with a tense border at the same location and continued hostility. The 4-kilometre wide, 250 kilometre long DMZ is a buffer zone separating the two Koreas, and due to the exclusion of humans, has preserved a rich biodiversity, including several endangered animal and plant species. This is the only good news in a place that has separated families and communities for 70 years and continued to threaten the security of the region. On an island at the junction of two rivers sits the Dolmeri Organic Farm and Conservation Area. A small group of activists are attempting to promote the area's significance and prevent it from being developed. They prevent it from any construction or alterations that may increase the utility and therefore the number of users coming to the park. The island has the potential to become a positive multi-use park providing education and experiences that will be unique in Korea. Without sharing a border with a friendly country, South Korea can neither import nor export energy and must produce its own needs. The energy mix comes from 65% fossil fuels, 31% nuclear, and 4% hydro and other renewables. This has created the pollution problem common in Asia, as well as a dependence on imported resources. Korea's topography is suited to hydro development and offshore wind farms. However, there has been little to motivate change. Possibly the most disheartening engagement was the East Asian Australian Flyway Partnership, an initiative that aims to protect migratory birds and their habitats and links conservation groups across 17 countries from Russia to New Zealand. A shortage of land has brought mass development into the wetland area, restricting the birds' habitat. Birds that are not only threatened by the encroaching high-rises, but also water pollution and a shortage of water. Construction has been accelerated by greed, corruption and apathy. The activists volunteering attempt to raise funds and awareness in their battle to save what remains. However, without official protection, it is likely development will consume the wetland.